Welcome back. It's been our endeavor to find out the demand situation on the ground and how this budget changes things around. Keshav Bhajanka, Executive Director at Century Plyboards, is with us on the show now. Mr. Bhajanka, in the past you've said that the wood panel industry is facing rising raw material costs that cannot be passed on to the end user because of sluggish demand, which is resulting in moderate profitability for the entire sector in the near term. Is there anything in the budget which changes this assessment, and how is the demand on the ground for you?
Hi, good morning. I think it has been a reasonably good budget. A couple of the initiatives, for instance, continuation of the 11 lakh plus crores for infrastructure, the emphasis on the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana scheme where 3 crore plus houses are going to be built. All of these bode very well for the medium and the long term. I think that the focus on employment in the short term is also going to help all manufacturing sectors, including ourselves. Having said that, yes, the situation on the ground still remains that demand is not as robust as it was, say, a year earlier, and raw material prices have moved up. I think this correction will take at least another quarter or two to play out. But post that, I'm seeing that, yes, we will be back to a position where there's more of a demand-supply equilibrium, where the raw material prices will be passed on and margins should resume or return gradually towards normal.
The difference in your cost of production versus the end-use price, how much do you have to bear in terms of the difference between the two?
I think we'd be closer to 5% as far as MDF and particle board are concerned. In plywood, we have been relatively successful in passing on the majority of the raw material increase.
Yeah, Keshav, hi, good to have you on the show. I think you took a price increase on the plywood segment in June, if I'm not mistaken. So on the other segments, any chance of price hikes? I mean, how is the demand-supply equation in the market?
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me. I think that in plywood in June, and we're looking at a further price increase in plywood, perhaps within the current quarter itself. Having said that, going forward, in the other segments, there is going to be scope for price increase, but we'll have to play it by the ear and we'll have to see how it progresses. In the immediate short term, I don't see anything major happening, but there are possibilities for an increase sooner rather than later.
Your guidance, if I'm seeing the right numbers, it was plywood about 10% revenue growth, laminate 20% growth, and MDF was 40% growth. Now, the budget does talk about a lot of impetus on housing, right? I mean, there's the allocation for the PMAY scheme, plus this interest subvention scheme for the lower and the middle segment as well. We'll need to see how that plays out. But generally, because a lot more houses are going to be built, does the budget give you any reason to up this guidance?
You see, for us, our products come into play more during the finishing stages, when it goes from a house to a home. So it doesn't really go so much in the construction phase. It goes when a person is shifting into their home. So as such, short term, this is not really too much of a shot in the arm. But going forward, say a year hence or a year and a half hence, this is definitely going to increase and accelerate our growth.
So getting back to plywood, where you've been relatively insulated and you've performed well in terms of being able to pass on the increase in raw materials, I think you've guided for a 10% revenue growth for this year. For the plywood segment, and that's over 50% of your revenues. Are you going to maintain that? Do you maintain that, or is there scope for an outperformance?
You're asking me very difficult questions, but as of now, I'd say no, we will definitely try to maintain that. The objective is to outperform the same, but as of now, yes, we're very confident that we'll maintain the same.
Okay. All right, Keshav, good talking to you as always. Thank you very much for joining in, giving us a sense on the business. So we'll watch out if the price hikes can happen in the other segments as well. And of course, see how the rest of the growth progresses. Thank you for joining in. That is Century Ply, Take on the Budget. We will take a quick break on that note. Come back on the other side and we'll get you some more updates on the market.